Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to another North Divide show. I mean, as you can see behind me, the flag is down. Rest in peace to the flag, man. I feel like it's probably not going to go back up to the end of the season. I think it might not go back to up till the end of the season now because there really isn't much to play for over these sides. The realization has kicked in. Spurs luckily walk away with a draw at home to Bournemouth. But also, as we know, this is the North Divide show. So on the other side of London, Arsenal drop points at Old Trafford. The brothel that everyone leaves with something, they left with nothing. But before we get into any of that business, got a big up to my guy Hooks, who's here every week. My co-host, compatriot. How you doing, my bro?
Well, I mean, technically it was wrong. Technically, we left with something in it. It wasn't enough what we left with in it, but we left with something.
Starting with shame. It's fine. I'm glad Hooks is starting with shame, but it's
no, I'm just saying. I just had to correct you in it because you was factually incorrect, and you know I'm big on facts in it. But no, I'm good, man. You know. So,
okay. It's good that Hooks is good because I thought I might as well show you guys something because I know there's some people that probably may have seen it, some people may haven't. But let's just share the screen so everyone can see how Hooks is really doing and how he was doing during the game. I thought we might as well only share it. It only makes sense. It only makes sense.
They're not getting slapped, bro.
Before we get into it though, shout out to Nick Lily. You can show some love to Nick's channel right over here. Big up to Nick every time because he's killing it with these clips right now. But
them man are getting slapped big time. Easy game. These man are the dustiest, crustiest, rustiest team that I've seen ever, bro. In the red, bro. Ever, bro. There's no way that any Manchester United fan can look anybody in the eye and say, yeah. Arsenal aren't fisting us up on Sunday, bro.
Ooh, yeah. I'm going to have to go ahead and sort of disagree with you there.
Arsenal go to Old Trafford to face Manchester United on Sunday. Super Sunday. I tell you what, one of the teams definitely ain't super. They're rusty, they're crusty, dusty, dirty, dead. All of that, yeah? They call it the theatre of dreams. Well, on Sunday, it's going to be the cinema of nightmares. You think I care about Bruno Fernandes?
I like that bar, Hooks. Cinema of nightmares. You see how Hooks was prepping the bars and that for this one, yeah? Look, you see what he said? Look, yeah.
Rocket launcher football.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
A real rocket launcher.
Oh my God. I can't believe that. Oh my God, I can't believe that. We've literally controlled the whole half and they score a free kick. I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
I actually can't believe what I just saw.
Yes! The fucking goal, man. This fucking goal, man. I told you. Hey, shh. What?
No, damn it. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
I'm not.
Don't go anywhere.
I'm not. I'm sitting on my back.
Don't go anywhere.
Where are they?
There's more.
Where they all at?
We're stopping. There's more.
Where they all at? I told you we're scoring, man. Declan Rice, bang, go. I told you, man. I just hope that you didn't say something incredibly stupid, like, yeah, you're gonna get 3 points on Sunday, bro. Because I want first spot, and you, man, at the moment, are keeping my throne warm.
And do you regret not signing a striker in January? Perhaps that extra player? No, it's not about that?
No, it's not about that.
Okay, Miguel, one more.
Yeah.
I have to ask you about the title race because it's 15 points now. Is it too much?
Right.
Why are you running?
You know what? I mean, it's poor that it's 1-1. We dropped more points. Poor. But at least I don't have to deal with a L. At least I don't have to go on to never have.
Shameless stuff over there.
Truth be, The only thing in that whole video that I was wrong about was Arsenal winning. Everything else I said is still true.
Nah, Hooks.
They are the rustiest, dustiest, crustiest, deadest, driest, dirtiest team.
And what does that make you, the team that couldn't beat them?
Are we gonna pretend, Jords, that they're not dead?
No. I'm not gonna pretend.
Us failing doesn't.
I call them man red.
Like us failing to beat them doesn't change the fact that they're dead.
I mean, look. Let's.
You know what I mean, it doesn't change the fact that they're dead.
I mean, it doesn't change that fact. You are right.
So
Maybe they are dusty. So you can try to lean on the fact that you was right about Man United being rubbish, which is fairly obvious. The observation from everyone here in the chat and everyone watching would be Manchester United aren't good right now. Manchester United rubbish. Man red.
So what lie did I tell?
And you couldn't beat them. And guess what? You didn't convincingly beat. And you know what the most shameless thing about that video was? Is you just done the same thing that Declan Rice did. Like a normal fan, you know, big game, 1-1 equalize. They're going, grab the ball, then get back to that halfway line. Let's go again. It's 0-0, back to equalize. You know, a sporting man would do. Someone that's mentality is right. But you're all there. You're hushing. But you don't. Watching that video, you don't understand the context of why I did that. Oh, you're hushing the comments. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, the comments. I'm doing it to the comments because the comments were rinsing off. I had bare Manchester United fans come in, rinsing off, and then we scored, and I was like, all right, cool, say no more. I'm not. And by the way, nobody is ever policing me on celebrating a goal. I'm a fan.
No. My point is, wait. So as a player, let's take it to Declan Rice. Yeah, was you happy with a player that's considered a senior player? And some would say he probably should be captain, but he's not captain, obviously. But a senior player in your team is leading with that mentality. Should he not? Would the right thing not to do, and when you get an equalizer in a big game like this, is to grab the ball, go get back to the spot and restart as quick as possible? Would you not?
I hear it, but emotions take over.
I get that.
Emotions take over. Like, we can't pretend that emotions don't take over in a game. You got to think they've been hunting that goal for time, and then he finally gets it, and it was a banger at that as well. So he's probably gassed. Like, this is what people don't understand here. He's been playing through that whole game. The Manchester United fans been chanting madness at him. The like bare fans have been you know what I mean, the whole game, and he just scored a banger. Yeah. And at that point, he probably thinks this is the start of like Arsenal going on to win the game. So he gets a bit gassed, emotions get the better of him, and I don't understand. Like, are we going to police celebrations? I don't understand. Like,
I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not of the thought person that we should police celebrations, but at the same time, it is about mentality. I think one thing that I've maintained with you guys for a long time is just the mentality is not right. I feel like having Declan Rice do that shows that he's maybe bringing his West Ham mentality to Arsenal. And usually, a big club, big players, you know, your goat, the guy behind you or next to you, Henry, when he scored goals, big goals, just let's get the ball, go back, or sometimes even just. Don't worry, man. It's just a goal. You know, that's big mentality. That's real mentality. So
but I think that's a bit different though. Like Henry is different level.
I know he's different level, but again, there were certain fans just gone.
There was players in the same team that Henry played in that when they would score, they would celebrate. Like, Henry was a different level mentality wise among.
We understand that. But just last week was Henry not getting slewed by your fan base, not you, but your fan base.
I slewed them. I slewed them.
And he doesn't look wrong.
Slewing them because in my opinion, any Arsenal fan that tries to put gun to Henry is not an Arsenal fan.
All right, I hear you. I want to go to the chat though, because big up the chat. Make sure if you guys haven't already, we're on 14 likes. Let's get the likes up in this blood fire building. We should be on 100 likes. That's the aim for the video. So if you haven't already, make sure you smash the likes on this video. Show some love to Hooks. His name is in the description. It should be in the title. If it's not in the title, I'll put it in the title right now. So his channel is going to be in the title, and simple. He's on the road to 5K. How close are you right now?
Like 750, 740, something.
Close enough. That's the point. You guys need to go show 5K. And yeah, as you can see, he's doing the watch along, he's doing the H long, and we're gonna get into all of that. But it looks like we've got Win the Chocolate Labrador in the building. My master Arteta didn't take me to Dubai, that's why we ain't getting the wins. I Win, he showed up and clearly didn't show out for Arsenal at Old Trafford. So hey, maybe you need to take him with you next time.
I haven't seen the dog in
for a
time,
while.
like anywhere, like in any like video Arsenal's
You
done.
think
But
they dropped the gimmick, the PR, like they dropped it, like
I don't know if the dog is
they're
still
waiting
with us.
until International Pets Day again. Then they're gonna start doing up pictures. They're gonna do up a campaign.
Honestly.
You know, Win taking a picture of all the team, playing with the players. Like we're gonna see it again. PRFC at their best. Stinker and Hooked. That's about you, by the way. You're Stinker and Hooked. That's a message from Saeed for those that don't know. North London 1 point collectors. Yeah, for real. We are joining each other in there. Jords putting the work like Archie Gray during the injury crisis. Come on, bro. We're up in the work rate this week. It's big schedule. Make sure you tap post notification bell to stay up to date. Big up to Jed Raffle. Big up Jords and Hooks. Timothy, bro, spitting bars and saliva. We got Marcus in the building. Big up to Marcus. You should have lost. What you on about? And big up to Hyper, big up the man them every single time. Big up to you, my bro. And as he says here, make sure you smash the like button. But to get into the game and actually get into what went on yesterday, look, as we saw in your previous prediction. So and I ran that video. I know people have probably seen it already. Hook's probably tired of seeing it, but more importantly, so Hooks can't run away from his predictions and things that he did say, because there was things said in that video quite verbatim to show he was very confident going into that game. And when we spoke, I spoke with Catch earlier on Never a Foul. He was talking about on DG's show, which I saw as well. Many people would know. He was very confident. He was speaking about, Man United's going to be a tricky game. So somewhere in between going into something in the midweek changed where you was a little bit wary. And then you
I said it will be trickier than PSV.
Yes. And so ultimately you was right about that, but you wasn't right about the win. What happened yesterday?
Truth be told, I predicted the 2-0 victory. I didn't even say anything mad like 4, 5, 6.
I know. I'm not saying you saying a 2-0 victory is mad. I'm just saying, truth be told, you predicted a win.
Yeah, like the way that I see the game, yeah, is like we completely and utterly dominated the first half, like beyond belief. Like them man didn't even look like they turned up to win the game of football, innit? And you get that one breaker play where Trossard makes a stupid foul. He doesn't even need to make it, because if he doesn't make that foul, there's no guarantee that the player. The thing is, it's not even like the player was through, and it's like, yeah, if he doesn't do this stupidness, then they score. Like he has no reason to be doing what he's doing there. They get the free kick, score the free kick, heavily against the runner play. Cool, boom, we go in 1-0. Come out. Now, in the second half, yeah.
Take it back. What did you think of Raya's positioning for that free kick? Because I think for me and many, very questionable. If you're looking at anyone to give the blame at, you can look at the players, Trossard and so on, for giving away the free kick, but ultimately, Raya's just poor positioning.
Like Raya, like look, I can't tell a goalkeeper about position. I don't know what's the best positioning for a keeper in that scenario, innit? Maybe he's a bit too far to one side, but I've seen goalkeepers in the past be too far to one side and still make it. So I don't know. Like I can't comment on that, innit? But all I know is he probably should save it, but he doesn't save it. But in my opinion, he shouldn't. There shouldn't have even been a free kick there. That's my thing. The free kick shouldn't have even been. Do you know what? In my opinion, we should have actually scored in the first half. That's probably where the first problem comes in. We should have scored for the amount of possession that we had, for the amount of like final third entries that we had, for the amount of time we spent like pretty much camped right outside of their box. The Marino chance probably should have gone in. Like there's bare things that we should have done. There's bare times where if we maybe was a bit more brave, played a bit more direct, we probably break through, we probably score. Like the problem was that we didn't score in the first half. Cool. We go into the second half. Now, Manchester United, I feel like at some point decided that they have to go and they wanted to go and get more from the game, innit? So they started to be a bit more open. They started pressing higher up the pitch. They started removing themselves from this low block that they've been playing, this disgusting, superiorly dirty low block they've been playing for the whole of the first half. And it's when they actually start pushing up higher, stepping out, not being so rigid and compact, that we score. Yeah. And then after we score, it then becomes a game of like anybody could have taken it. Like I hear people say but
being a
I'm
bit
looking at, I don't know, because I'm looking at, for example, I'm looking at when Tierney crosses the ball in to Trossard. If Trossard gets that on target, scores. Like I'm looking at Erdegaard when he's shooting from outside the box. He gets the placement right, not the power. If he puts a bit more power into it, it goes in. So it's like, yeah, maybe they had the more, I guess you could argue the more clear-cut chances, but it wasn't by many. There wasn't many. Like there was like what, three?
Yeah.
And then
but the thing is they had like 3-4 good chances where you should say they should have definitely scored.
Yeah, but then we say things like this, should have definitely scored. But then, by the way, only last week I was seeing Alisson getting hella praise for keeping goals out of the net. So which is it?
No, I get like the thing is, yeah, we can sit here and praise Raya for like some of the saves. I think there was some brilliant saves, especially the double save. That was class, yeah. And I'd say the Mazraoui one as well. I looked at that, I was like, yeah, he got down really quick for that one. Some brilliant saves. So if he was going to say for anyone with Arsenal who could walk out with their head held high, as much as he conceded the goal, Raya had a good performance all round outside of the free kick itself. But I feel like when I look at it and I'm evaluating it, I would say chance for chance. Like, I'm not saying to do the XG thing, but if we're looking at it just chance for chance, they had better chances than you. You probably look at their attack and say, rah, if they had better attackers, they would have finished some of these chances and they probably should have won the game. That's where, as an Arsenal fan, when you say you didn't lose, you shouldn't be happy because it's not that your expectation was. I'm not saying you're happy, but you should be more upset. You need to be more onto.
I'm not one of them, man.
I'm not expecting you to do the fake crash out, but I'm expecting you to hold your team accountable.
I have.
No, but at the end of the game, you said at least we didn't lose. So when I go on so and so show, no, you should be. This game in my head is a loss because we couldn't beat shit.
But that's for me. That's for my mental health. Like, I don't imagine I had to go on to never a foul, losing to United. Bro, my head would have been gone. My head would have been gone. Of course, I'm not happy. You just have to watch my fan cam afterwards. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I am. Do you know? And if anything, people are saying 5 clear cuts. If you can't score them chances, then the L's on you. So
that is one thing we can agree on. Is I don't like when fans complain about shit players missing chances, players missing chances every week. Like, what are we doing here?
And then look, we can all do that. If Arsenal had better attackers playing, then we score. So it's like I don't do the shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know what I mean? I don't do the shoulda, woulda, coulda, do all of that because you know what I mean. If my auntie had wheels, should be a bike. Like, you know what I mean? Like the ifs, the but, all of that. All I know is Arsenal should have won that game. That's a game that Arsenal should be winning. Yeah, but they didn't win it and they failed. And then now they have to, them as a group, them as a unit, they have to deal with the repercussions of what happened. It's just that simple. But it's mad how like everyone is pretending everyone's pretending I'm the only one that said that Man United are going to get batted up. It's mad. It's mad how people can go onto streams and act like I'm the only one that said Man United is going to lose to Arsenal. See, it's easy.
I mean, no, that's not the thing. I feel like
it's easy to point the gun at me, but I don't mind being public enemy number 1. I don't mind. I don't care. Truth be told, I don't give 2 shits about what anyone thinks about what I say.
No, but I feel like the one thing man,
are pointing the gun. It's easy. It's easy because I'm not the only one. Do you know what I mean? We're all wrong. Even the most negative of negative Arsenal YouTubers still thought that Arsenal would have beat Manchester United.
No, but because you're doing. I'm only human. I'm only human.
It's not my bro. Like, look, it's not my fault that my team failed.
No, bro, stop all of this. Stop this. Stop right now. No. Let me tell you what the issue is, though. The issue is Hooks comes in and Hooks says, look, I'm just balanced. I'm just me, Hooks, and I don't have no da-da-da. But going into the game, you're not just me, Hooks. big bad wolf hooks who's telling
No, I'm
you,
not.
man, this gonna happen.
No, but
And
that's
then when you guys
that's
don't do that, it's but because of so and so. Oh, do you know what? Let's forget about it because it doesn't matter what I say because I get things wrong sometimes. It's just like, it matters what you say beforehand, but it doesn't matter what you say afterwards.
But it doesn't matter what I say before.
I don't.
It doesn't matter what I
Whether
say
you're
before.
more delusional or not than the gal is regardless of the point. The point is
I'm not
that
delusional at all.
no, you're
Do you know,
positive.
do you know how you know I'm not delusional? Yeah,
I didn't call you delusional. I said you're positive.
Because if Arsenal win that game, Marcus is writing, well, you was meant to win anyway.
Maybe not, but that's the point though.
That.
But when
So
no, the only reason why though, when you're in a position like yourself no, because when you're in a position like Arsenal are, you do have an expectation. You can't have an expectation and seek validation. Like that's the problem with you. You have an expectation. Like, but you guys do. Not right now, you don't. But early in the season, you were seeking validation again. No, but we are going. Like you wanted approval from rival fans.
At no point in my life have I ever cared about what any other fan thought about me or my club.
He's doing the thing that you know what you do when you're rattled. I was here on Friday. I know.
I'm not rattled,
when you're rattled and you just start going, do you know what? Yeah,
I'm not rattled.
Not rattled, but like this is what you're doing because you're going.
I'm not rattled. Like if you say
you
I'm rattled,
guys think anything that happens on football YouTube can affect my life?
It's not even that.
I think about it. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you're doing right now.
No, but so you got to deep it. I'm just a grown man. Like I even told people on my like you shouldn't be looking at YouTubers as like the source of truth. But I'm just a brother that got a camera and a mic and made a YouTube channel and decided that I wanted to talk about my club from my perspective.
Yes,
that's all I did.
And guess what? And now you're being called out for what you're saying. Your opinions. Some people feel.
Yeah, but I speak. I don't speak my opinions as if they're fact. I just state my opinion.
It comes across like
my opinion. Not very rarely on my club. I speak very bad. The only time I'll speak things as fact is if you try and tell me that Tottenham's near my level, and then that's when.
Okay. This is what we're doing now. So look, I can. So Hooks are gonna start off, but I do need to big up, Mr. Slotball. Pow for the super chat. Big up Jords. My missus now has control of my account, lol. But a quick super chat to support. Big up Hooks. Free Palestine. For real. Free Palestine. Big up to the Saeed for what he done with Julian each and every time. We had to address that. Don't know what my man was trying to do. Come into his camera, his show, and tell him, bro, get out of here, innit, with your rubbish. Whatever your beliefs, go take that somewhere else and keep that to yourself because you already have a shit opinion on football. We now know you have a shit opinion on life, so shame on you. And big up to Mr. Slotball for becoming a member. You know, then way there. We got a few members in the building. I can see. I think, Donna, you keep asking about the call-in show tonight. It's there for a reason. If you want to call in, feel free to call in. Don't think you can call in on like 4 different accounts that you have, though, because you'll just get answered on one account. It's not going to be that thing. Yeah, let's clarify for that. But to get back to the Arsenal game,
do you know what the issue? Do you know what the issue is, Jords? Yeah, people don't like the way that I speak.
Well, Mr. Slotball does, by the way.
Obviously, there's going to be people but the people that you get me that are always trying to bust gunshot at me, they don't like the way that I talk because I'm not just some boring lack of personality. So I think that Arsenal are going to win today at Old Trafford. No, but man, I'm a hype man, but I've always been a hype man. Bro, I used to do club promoting, bro, at uni. I've always been a hype guy, bro. I used to be an MC. I've always been a hype brother, bro.
Oh, so this is where he was getting the bars from. This is where
I used to make music, bro.
It used to be the theater of dreams, and it's gonna be the cinema of nightmares. This is where Hooks has been. He's been loading up these bars from 20 years ago. You people ain't even realizing.
People to understand, I'm just that social guy, bro. Like I'm the man in the party. That's you get it, bro. I'm the center of the thing, bro. I'm making the most noise, bro. Do you get it? That's what it is. I'm just loud.
I thought you were just a normal human being, though. Like, being
I'm a normal human in being humble in it, because I'm just a normal brother. Like, but being a normal brother, bro, I'm a loud guy.
Big up to you,
I'm
man.
not one of them. I'm not, bro. If you man like them type of people so I think that Arsenal, based on what's been going on, they're probably going to lose. By the way, Bunnell, that's not me, bro. I do things differently, bro. Like, do you get it? You get me?
No, look, I ain't got a problem with you running your WWE promotions pre-game. I ain't got a problem because I tend to do it myself. It's one of those ones when you get on the mic and you start seeing the stage, it flows out of me. You get me? The confidence is just there. The chest inflates itself, and it's like, yo, I've got the mantle to hold for this club now. I hear it. I hear you. You got to put on face for the fans. You know, Hooks has now got a village. He's got a village to uphold. And
they failed me, you know.
Yeah, the club failed you. I get that.
They failed me.
And they failed you time and time again. And that's what I wanted to get onto, because ultimately, look, we know that this Man United game, you can look at it two ways. You can say you guys were unfortunate not to win. Some will look at it and say Man United were not unfortunate not to win. But ultimately, I feel like the shared points would probably a result that neither teams could be unhappy about. I think that's one thing that we can be clear on. Like, as in, you can't say you deserved a lot more. Like, you can't walk out and say we definitely deserve to win. I don't think you can say that, right?
I mean, based on the first half, I would say we did. Based on the second half,
that's my point. So it's a bit fair. Like, the point shared is sort of a fair result for either team, because neither can feel hard done by.
But you know what it is? Yeah, I don't need fairness anymore, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to go for big things. Like, this fairness thing is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I'm sitting here thinking, do you know what I'm like, obviously I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, because it's not just about them. It's not just about Manchester United. Like, I've seen my team draw to teams or drop points to teams in and around that area throughout the course of the season. Anyway,
yes, and that's what I was going to get onto.
So it's not just about Manchester United, isn't it? Like, the thing is, Arsenal, yeah, and I get it. Like, Arsenal, we got certain men that are down and out, not available. I hear it. There's been certain things that have happened across the season that you could say, cool, a bit unfair. I hear it. But at the end of the day, it's another season where, when it's really mattered, the mental is just not there. They've shown it again. The mental is not there. So now I'm in a.
Oh, wait. So I've been right this whole season.
Maybe you have. But the mental is not there, innit? So, but now it's leaving me in a scenario where now I have to think, when we go into the summer, we actually need to refresh the squad. Because now I'm thinking, has this failure again, what has it done to the players?
So you need a rebuild. Arsenal
not a rebuild, a refresh, innit? Like, so, for example, we need to look at a few key positions, or what we can refer to as key positions, and we need to bring in new blood. Like, you know what I mean? Because whatever they
refresh, yeah. Because, sorry, I don't want to keep interrupting, but just trying to get to where because obviously you mean it could be new players. Naturally, let's just point out, you do have Berta coming in, so that's already a fresh base, something to restart and something to look forward to. Do you think that you need a few big players out? Because sometimes when you say a restart, refresh, it's a changing of the more senior players, because maybe that, like I said, the mentality of losing, it starts creeping a bit too much and they get comfortable. Or do you look at it again? We've already spoken about it before, but now start to accept that Arteta needs to change because he's just not getting enough out of this squad of players.
So I've already, I've been mad consistent about this. If he doesn't win a major this season, I want him gone at the end of the season. I have no control over where he goes in it. So if he doesn't go, I then need to start looking at the next thing. And the next thing for me is players. Yeah. So look, let's just say Arsenal don't get rid of him, then I have to start talking about, cool, what can Arteta do to improve? One of those things, I think he needs to change the way that he's playing football. Yeah. I think that's pretty evident now. He needs to change the way that he's playing football, in it, because it's too predictable. Yeah, it works against the bigger teams, but against the smaller teams, and do you know what? It's not even really the smaller teams anymore. It's more so when it's more so when we play against teams that play in a certain way. So what he needs to do is he needs to find a different way to play. So when he goes up against that, we're not like, it doesn't look like we're just hitting and hoping. Because bare times it just looks like it just looks like we're constantly recycling the ball, even in positions where we don't need to recycle.
5,000 passes, Monster best.
So to me, it looks like they care. Arteta cares more about keeping the ball than actually doing something decisive with the ball. And I think that's what needs to change. Now, players-wise, I think that we need to look at, I don't know, I would say keep Partey, but maybe bring in someone that can hold the mantle with him. I think we need to look at potentially, what do we do with Ødegaard?
Ooh, this is a conversation I was going to bring up.
Because in my opinion, like for me, and I've been saying this for a while, just put him in the left 8. Just put him in the left 8.
Do you think that's because he's not naturally so much of a strong creator?
Yeah, he's not like, the thing is, it's weird because he puts him in the right 8, which effectively for us operates as a 10, but he's still like, there's still expectation of him he's kind of like he's a box to box, that he's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you're gonna, if that's what the right 8 is meant to do, then why not put him in the left 8 where he can just chill and operate as an 8 and pick up the ball in deeper positions on the pitch and be like, maybe, I don't know, that first phase of like the player that gets the ball.
Do you think potentially that he could be looking at doing that? Because obviously I think Moreno was brought in to play that role. He hasn't obviously thrived in that role when he was there, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be the long-term solution for Partey replacement. Because obviously I think Rice drops in as the 6, and then you look to cover that 8 role, whether it be Ødegaard or not. Do you think that could be an option once you get Saka back and have Waneri playing in the 10?
I don't. Yeah, but I this is the thing. I don't know if he will do, because I don't. Look how long. Yeah, look at when Xhaka left here. Look how long people were saying we need a left-footed 8. We already had one.
Yeah.
We already had one. Do you know what I mean? So clearly it's something that Arteta doesn't want to do. So now it's like, cool. So then there's the other angle. Why not then make the left 8 the person that has all of that responsibility and just let Ødegaard be a 10? Like, part of your instruction is you stay high up the field. You don't drop deep to pick up the ball, to progress it or whatever. You just stay high up the field in the pockets and you create up high.
Yeah.
But see, this is what I mean when I say he needs to play different, because obviously Arteta's failing somewhere. He's trying to get everybody to do way too much. Yeah, I think we need a striker. We need a 9. We need a 9. We need a left winger. I would even go as far to say 2. Yeah, because I'll be real. I wouldn't mind seeing both Martinelli and Trossard gone personally. It might just my opinion.
Okay, we're getting somewhere with Hooks. It's starting to get the realness out of him. Okay,
we need a right winger.
Man United,
someone that can actually rotate with Saka. No, not rotate.
When you mean rotate, are you? Because I think the conversation I was having with D last week is he didn't want to get someone of the same level because it's just not realistic, apparently. Do you think you need someone?
No. See, I don't agree with that. I need someone who Saka looks at them and goes, shit, if I'm not on my game, they can take my spot.
Yes.
Okay, I've been saying,
I agree.
I've been saying for years, one of the biggest problems at Arsenal is Saka doesn't have competition.
Yeah.
So he knows, come rain or shine, when he's fit, he plays. Not even when he's fit, when he's like 75% fit, he plays. He will always play.
Like what we've had with Son.
It doesn't actually. The maddest thing is, it doesn't actually matter how good Waneri did when Saka was out, because the minute that Saka's back, Saka goes into the team immediately.
But I feel like with Waneri's performances as of recently, it's going to be looking at the team's going to have to be shifted to squeeze him in, whether it be Cam, whether it be left, whether he's going to have to be worked into that starting lineup because he's been undeniably one of your better players, especially in the
I would
attack.
back him left wing personally. When Saka's back, yeah, this season when he's back,
yeah,
I would play Saka on the right and Wanyeri in the left. That's what I would do on the left, yeah. And then I would play, I don't know, maybe I'd play Martinelli as the striker, personally. Maybe that's what I would do for the remainder once Saka's back in it. But going forward, this is why I want, if we win nothing, this is why I want a new manager. Yeah? Because Arteta has to think, he basically has to make big decisions. Because certain players in the squad are going to have to get cut for us to birth something new. That's a lot easier for a new manager to do. I at least have a lot more faith in a new manager because a new manager will come in and be like, "Oh, I don't have ties with any of you, man." Do you know what I mean? Like literally, just what I see.
That's exactly what I was addressing on the previous stream of Midday Live. I was saying that like one of the problems you may have is Arteta's in that mold of where he's similar to where Klopp was 5 or 6 years ago, where Klopp had way too much power. And he started to force the renewals of the likes of like Henderson, the Milners, and these players that are old. He's built up a relationship. They're his players, so he's renewing their contracts. And really, you need to move on a bit earlier, refresh the team, refresh the squad. And when that gets done too late, you put yourself in a compromising position. So ultimately, I feel like with Arteta, Arsenal are running the risk of him having that power, making some of the wrong decisions, and then reaping. Well, they're gonna have to reap what they sow later on when they've got some of these players that are a bit too old. The Tomiyasus, the El Nenes, who's just been, I think he just got released, but some of these players that have been around for time, injury prone, shouldn't be in their squad. Zinchenko needs to be sold. Jesus needs to be sold. But Hooks is on something there about the refresh. Hooks is definitely on something there about the refresh. I feel like with the players that they currently have, with the squad that they currently have, I don't know. Let us know in the chat what you guys think. What's the biggest problem at Arsenal, and what needs to change this summer to bridge the gap between them and Premier League champions? Because although he hasn't addressed it yet, we are going to address it. 15-point lead. 15 points. All I kept hearing was Anfield 89. I kept hearing that Liverpool were gonna drop it. That they were keeping the seat warm, as Hook said in that previous video on Cartel Mental. They're just warming it up for us.
That was also taken out of context, though. But I hear it.
But I will actually watch the full.
So if you watch
everything that was said.
So no, because you'll know then. I was actually speaking from the angle of whoever is first, you're keeping the throne warm for me. So I wasn't talking about Liverpool. I was just speaking in general because that's how I view every season.
Yes, because you view that Arsenal are going to win the league at that point.
Because I want my team to win the league, innit? So
unlike your manager, I just want you to answer a question. How do you feel about the 15-point gap, the 15-point lead? And I mean, it looks more than likely that you might be doing the Guard of Honor for them if you don't win that game. So is Anfield 89 still going to happen?
I personally don't care about Guard of Honor. Personally, like I don't care if we do Guard of Honor. Like, if we do, we do it. It is what it is. I've done Guard of Honors before. Like the truth be told, if we're gonna talk about which was the Man United one was a lot worse. Like a lot worse because RVP was there as well. So it's like, you know what I mean? I don't really care about the Guard of Honor for Liverpool. I don't actually have any problems with Liverpool. I don't hate Liverpool. Personally, I've actually always liked Liverpool. So for me personally, Hooks, I don't care if we do the Guard of Honor. The way I'm seeing it, if it turns out we do the Guard of Honor, then maybe it could be the start of like the villain arc for the players. Maybe it could be the start of the villain arc for the players, innit? Because their man will be standing there being like, bro, like we mash up so badly that we had to give man Guard of Honor, and maybe it turns them into villains. Who knows, innit? But the 15-point gap. It's mad because I don't think we can overcome it. It's too mad. It's actually just too mad. At this point, I can't see. I can't see Liverpool dropping the amount of points that would be required for Arsenal to capitalize on it. And then in the same breath, I don't see Arsenal. I don't see Arsenal. I see Arsenal. We're still going to lose games. We're going to lose games. It's that simple. We're going to lose games. Like there's 1,000,000% at least maybe 2 losses in there somewhere. In the remain at 10 games? I think we got 10. Is it 10? I don't know.
So are you looking? Are you watching behind you? Are you checking your mirrors? Because I don't know.
No, I'm not.
I don't think.
I don't care about all that. I don't think Arsenal.
No, you got Chelsea this weekend, and if you don't beat Chelsea, it could be a 3-point gap.
The thing is, yeah, I don't really care about all of that. The thing is, for me, I don't think Arsenal are going to drop enough points to fall out of Champions League spots. So where it is now, it doesn't actually really matter if I finish second or if I finish 5th. There's actually no difference. Actually, sorry, the only difference is if I finish second. If I finish second,
I hear it.
If I finish second, I make more money. That's the only difference. I don't even know about how much. I just know the higher you finish in the table.
Oh no, but when I said this a few weeks ago about finishing second, and I said there's no difference technically with regards to winning nothing than second and 15th or 16th, 17th. Like we're all just we're all losers in the Premier League.
You
said no,
but
we show progression. We are in second.
You misunderstand.
Full-time crooks doing up his politics.
You misunderstand. You misunderstand. There is a big difference between finishing second and finishing 15th. There's not a big difference between finishing second or finishing 5th. In both second and 5th, I get Champions League.
Okay. So you're playing for Champions League.
15th, I don't get any European football. How about that?
You're just playing for Champions League football, though. That's how.
No, it's not that I'm playing for Champions League football. I'm now in a scenario now where all I can do is play for Champions League football. That's all I can do now. I'm very confused. Like, what else? Okay. What else can I do?
Okay,
fair play. I'm still in the Champions League.
I'm not saying no,
but all I can do is it's like at this point we're just stating the obvious. Raw, man, just vanished. I hear it. Raw. That's mad awkward. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Play for second, Marcus. Are you for what?
Yo.
What? You back? Yeah, you just did the mad thing. You did the mad thing. So yeah, all I'm playing for now is a Champions League spot.
My connection's playing up a little, but
I am still in the Champions League. And I mean, like, whatever, like, at this point, like, I don't really care for the Champions League conversation because it's just always going to be the same. Do you think that you're beating either of the Madrids? I think we can beat them.
We'll get to the Madrid conversation after the PSV game. That's what we'll do. We'll get to the Madrid conversation after the PSV game, and maybe we can address that on next week's North Divide. Just briefly before we finish up on Arsenal, we can just confirm that you feel like you're beating, you're going through to the next round. We can just confirm that.
Of what?
Champions League.
I mean, I don't know. I was told I shouldn't disrespect PSV, so I'm not through till I'm through in it.
Well, it's a 7-1 lead, so I don't know if you think you're. That's what I'm trying to.
I scored 7 goals at their ground. They can score 7 goals at mine.
Okay, doors wide open like that. I hear it.
Man. Yeah.
Anyone can get some. That's what Hooks is on right now. Anyone can get some at Arsenal. They're in their whole phase. You know, everyone goes through it, but Arsenal in their whole phase.
It's like, look, it is what it is, man. Like, look, obviously I'm trolling. Like, yeah, we're definitely going through. Like even if it's like, oh shit, PSV scored 2 goals in 10 minutes, Arteta will just go, okay, sub off all the forwards and just put everybody in defense. And we just play the greasiest low block of all time. They can't get anything into the box, forced out wide, crossing the ball, deal with all the crosses, waste time, dark arts football, and I don't know. But truth be told, we probably beat them at our ground as well. I would be highly... Do you know what the maddest thing is? I would be highly surprised if they played any of their better players.
No,
Why would you? You're stepping. You're.
No, I get what you mean. I do get what you mean, innit? I feel like it's one of them ones there. But it's do you go down fighting or do you just like accept your loss? Like whether you feel like you're strong enough to beat someone, you should still.
It's 7-1, bro. It's 7-1, bro. Like, come on, let's be real. It's 7-1, bro. Like,
show some fight. You got to go down with people bang. So even if they can drop the lead, so even if they get like a 2-2 draw or something like that, it's respectable that they went to your.
Think about it logically. Yeah. Think about it logically. Yeah. Do you like PSV? They couldn't beat us at their ground.
I'm not saying that they're going to beat you. I'm not saying that.
Exactly. So obviously they're probably thinking, why would they risk?
Well, because their fans have already booked for tickets. Their fans have paid for flights.
That, but like, I don't know, man. I personally think their fans shouldn't travel.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Their fans are still. They're gonna come to London. It's a weekend out for some of them.
Yeah, maybe it's a time out. I hear that, but like, I'm not, because look, in their league, yeah, they're like,
you're Arsenal through and through, right?
100%. I can see
so if you went, let's just take it back 10 years ago. You know how they felt. You went into a fixture 5-1 down against Bayern Munich away from home, and you guys obviously knew that you probably wasn't going to come back from that, but you still watched that game and believed that there was a potential chance of you doing something right.
I believe that we could have come back.
Okay, so that's my point. So there's probably many fans, although they might not be realistic, that they're going to support their team in it. I mean, we can't hate them for doing that. But look, I don't want to spend the whole show on Arsenal because we do need to wrap up for 3:00. But I know that you're going to get onto the fact that Spurs didn't win. Spurs didn't win again. And Spurs dropped points. And it's obviously not the Arsenal show. So I don't want to spend all the time on Arsenal before you try to get onto me. Yes, we can move it on to Spurs. Move it on to the fact that Spurs dropped points yet again. Spurs don't beat a team that's above us because it seems like we can only beat the teams below us. Another stinker of a performance from not just our manager, but from many players on that pitch. Just looked second best the whole weekend, to be honest. That whole game, sorry. I think it's fair to say that Bournemouth broke us down too easily. We gave them far too many chances. Probably played against ourselves for a lot of the game. Gave away the ball so many times. Don't really know if Bentancur, Papsar, Bissouma were at the races. Our midfield was an absolute mess. We should have played with Bergvall or Maddison. They should have started because we saw as soon as both of them come on, you have that risk adverse. Someone who's actually going to play that pass. Someone who's going to try to shoot. As soon as Bergvall come on, hit the post. Like that's the type of player he is. So we've missed him massively. But ultimately, I think it's fair to say Spurs got very lucky in it. We scored from a cross. It was a good lifted cross. Can't even lie, back post in it. So Saar can take plaudits for that, and we got a lucky penalty where I think it's fair to say Kepa probably shouldn't have dived down the way that he did. So Spurs walk away with a point, very luckily. How do you see it, Hooks?
I didn't watch the game. I was watching the Chelsea game in it, so I can't really go into the specifics. But I think it's
speak on the result then, I suppose.
Big credit to Ange, for pulling it back. 2-0. What is it? Was you what one? Was you 1-0 then 1-1?
Nah, it was 2-0 down. We were 2-0 down.
2-0 down. You came back from 2-0 down. What, away from home?
We was at home.
Oh, you was at okay, at home. It's a bit.
It's dark because I actually saw a stat today saying that Spurs literally the first season in 15 years we cannot win 10 games at home this season. Like it's impossible to have 10 home games. Yeah.
I mean, like, look, at this point, it's like I don't know. If I was a Tottenham fan, I would just RIP the season, and then just as a Tottenham fan, I would just be thinking about what comes next. Personally,
yeah, no, it's exactly that. I just keep looking back and just trying to see if the flag will make itself back up, but clearly there's no belief and no hope with Spurs. I think Hooks has said it right there. Do you know what? Let us know in the chat if there is any Spurs fans that still have some hope. Obviously, call-in show later on tonight at 9 p.m. If you guys do have hope, please come over there. But I'll be honest, I just feel like right now, to try and think that this Spurs team is going to do anything or can save the season, it is just be silly of me. It's silly of me to think anything otherwise. The players have shown time and time again that they can't step up. Like Hooks mentioned with his own team, mentally, they don't look all the way there. They seemed a bit checked out. Romero Man, in 25 seconds in, bro, man gave it away. Clean through on goal for Evan Nilsson. Should have scored. Vicario kept us in. I needed Vicario to get that clean sheet, you know. I was hoping for our prediction show because I don't know. I think I predicted Tottenham to win, but I said Vicario would get the man of the match. So I don't think he did. I think it ended up being Tavernier because he got a goal, but I was praying, man. I was hoping that he would get the man of the match for that one. But do you think? Well, I suppose you've pretty much said it there. There is nothing left of Spurs for this season. Are you surprised that Ange's still in a job after these continuous performances and drop points?
I'm super surprised. Like super surprised. Like I'm actually shocked. Like I've seen Tottenham managers get sacked for less. Like actually, I've seen Tottenham managers get sacked for less. I honestly can't think of any reason why he's still in a job. Not even like don't get me wrong, at some point in the season, I was saying this to like par you, man, innit? As like a par. But now it's just like just keeping it real, bro. Like why is he there?
I'll be honest.
Like, why is he? Because I know, like, let's not pretend like for the majority of the season you wasn't still Angin.
But that's fine. I changed my mind, didn't it? I said for a lot of the season, I've said that I've understood why people want Ange out, innit? It was just a case of me trying to trust Ange and hope that when the players come back, he can show that he can tactically adapt, and he showed a few times that he could, but it just wasn't enough for me, innit? I saw after him persisting in a few games trying to do these changes, the changes just weren't really doing much. He's still continuing to play Archie Gray at the back in a lot of games. Obviously, the last game he didn't because we had Romero back, but ultimately I feel like the decision making from him hasn't been helped by some of the players' bad performances. But I don't know how Ange is still in the job. I'll be honest. Obviously, I thought Ange might get sacked after we went out of the Aston Villa and Liverpool games in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, but right now, still managed to hold it down, still managed to be in a job, which is crazy. I think it's just a case of he's getting the chance that none of the other Spurs managers got, and right now they're just looking to stick through it. They're just sticking with him for the sake of it.
They might keep him, you know.
That's crazy. I'd lose my head if we kept him. I can't even lie. I'd lose my head because I can't see how we keep him beyond the season. Like Forsaken Leader here said, there's no hope. Just bring on next season. And I feel like we keep getting to this point. Last year, we was at this point pretty much at the same time. In around March, April, I think the acceptance was very short or very early that Spurs, the season was done for us. Like, what are we hoping for? No Champions League yet again. No European football this season, even worse. And it looks even more likely that we're going to be finishing in the bottom half of the table. I think that game on the weekend was the full acceptance from me. And as to why the flag's down is we're going to be in the bottom half of the table. And I can't be sitting there waving my flag, repping Spurs and being like the positive Spurs fans that I am with us bottom half of the table. It's just not acceptable. And it's not, I'm not deluded. So certain things just have to be addressed. But big up to Manage Your Dough every time, jigger them. Big up to you guys. We aren't even on 50 likes. I can't even lie. I need to get the memes loaded up in here because I think it might be a color thing. Like, it really might be a color thing, like Sol Campbell said, because 36 likes is crazy when we've had over 150 people in here for the majority of the stream. So you guys clearly just don't like. You want to watch, but you don't like because there's barely any likes in the building. Can we get to 50 likes? We're literally ending in 5 minutes. So before the last 5 minutes, can we just get the stream up to 50 likes? Because yeah, man, as Jay says here, I think it might be an underbelly color thing. It really might be an underbelly color thing. But just back onto Spurs. I suppose from your observation, Hooks, Europa League, do you think that there's anything Spurs can do in Europa League? We obviously have our game coming up against AZ Alkmaar midweek, Thursday, 1-0 down going into that leg. Do you think that Spurs can win that game? And does that win mean anything? It's at home. And does that win mean anything, or is it just a case of like go and win the game, but it don't mean you're going to win the competition?
Well, I mean, as long as you're still in the competition, you have a chance of winning it. No, so that's the first thing. The second thing is it's at home. You said it's at home, right?
Yeah,
I think you can beat AZ Alkmaar at home. Like, well, you only lost what 1-0 at their ground.
Yeah, own goal, 1-0. Should have. It's fair to say that they had the better chances than us, but at the same time, they didn't break us down, and they weren't like.
I don't see why you can't beat them. I don't know. I would actually. I don't know. I would say you're probably gonna beat them. But if I think about it, I don't know. Like, you would have to do something absolutely insanely crazy to not beat them. I mean, I'll be real. If you don't beat them at home, then he might as well just get Uber
Hold the
home.
club, bro. He has to resign. If Ange Postecoglou
yeah.
does not beat AZ Alkmaar on Thursday at home with our full squad, he needs to resign. I can't even lie. I said it last week. If I the guy should have took a first class flight to Corfu after that game. Should have been back home in Greece, not Australia, because I can't even lie. Shouldn't even be over in Australia. Go back home in Greece because you need to retire, my bro. Been a manager for 26, 27, 28. Before I was born, bro, this guy was a manager.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He was managing clubs. And he just still hasn't learned, still doing the hard-headed thing, still not trying to admit when he's wrong. And he just sits there and he will say stuff like, oh, I know what I can see why we lost today, but doesn't actually address it with any solution. So yeah, if we don't beat AZ Alkmaar, like you said there, then big questions like as to what he is doing for us at this moment in time. And I think he needs to get sacked, but we can't have Ryan Mason coming in as manager again. That's just one thing that we can't do. It can't be Ryan Mason.
Who would you face in the next round if you did beat them?
Either Frankfurt. Let me check the score between Frankfurt and Ajax. Frankfurt are up 2-1 at the moment, so it'll be either Frankfurt or Ajax. But Frankfurt are back at home, so I'd expect Frankfurt to go through. So it's likely we're going to face them, and they've got a fairly good team. So they're going to be dangerous.
And then who would be next for you?
I believe Lazio semi-final.
Oh yeah, you're not winning that.
Yeah, no. I've given up. I can't even lie. I've given up the hope. Like the team showed me enough. Like sort of like with you in it. Like the mentality is just not there. So you can't really. I've always said mentality is one of the biggest things in football, and if your mental is not right, you're never really going to get it right on the pitch. So ultimately, that's where I'm at with it, man. I've just got no hope.
Who would you? I mean, you might as well start entertaining the conversation, and I'm pretty sure, like you, amongst other Tottenham fans, have started thinking about it. But who would be like your top three to like replace, and should he go in the summer?
Well, do you know what? I feel like the managers I want are unattainable at the moment. So I feel like it needs to be it needs to be looked at the end of the season, because I'll be real. When I'm looking at a lot of my options and the ones that I want, I just think they probably won't come to Spurs. So I need to evaluate who will actually come to Spurs and then look at it that way around, because I'll be real. Like, again, I'm not deluded. I'm not going to sit here and throw out some names that play, and people are going to be like, oh, why would they come to Spurs? Yeah, we can offer them money, but ultimately, money's not the only thing that talks in these positions, especially for a Spurs manager. Spurs have killed so many managers in the last couple of years. Conte, Mourinho, and co. So I feel like it's going to be hard for a lot of managers to look at this job and be like, it's an attractive proposition. Yeah,
I mean, maybe can be a bit unrealistic. Like, who's your unrealistic top three then?
Xavi.
Who just want Xavi?
I want Xavi. And I suppose the other managers are all in jobs, in it. Like the ones that I'd think like I would have went to Nagelsmann and potential Tuchel. I mean, Iraola's one up there, but I've got some questions and reserves about Iraola. Marco Silva's a good one, but again, I've got some reserves about Marco Silva. I feel like there isn't no manager apart from Xavi that I'm like, yeah, that's the one that I'd want to give it to, 100%. Apart from that, I'm open to being swayed and sort of seeing again how the season plays out for a couple of these managers, because there could be a few managers that have expectations to win things and they don't do it with their club, so they could be on the way out. But look, guys, we are going to wrap up there because I've got to shoot off. It's been a fairly busy day. Big up to King Winter Soldier. Big up to the man them. Just going through the last couple of chats. Big up to Shay. Big up, lads. Big chat. Big up, chat. Hope everyone is good. I hope you're good, Shay. Celebrating your league title win, finally. SDFC Benny, send that Diggeradoo merchant back where he came from. Jordo thinks we're going to win 3-1 against AZ Alkmaar. Big up to you. Man said that's a demotion. That's crazy. Xavi is definitely a promotion. Like that's top manager right there, won the league, and he's got the right mentality. So that's what it is for me. But as I said previously, make sure if you haven't already, guys, go sub up to Hooks. His channel is in the name of the video. It's in the description, and it doesn't take a second. So tap Hooks' channel to show some love. Hooks, what have you got coming up today? Any more videos? Anything for them to keep an eye out for?
I'm doing an About the Fan at 4 o'clock with Crystal Palace D. So yeah, should be good. Get to
Don't watch that, people. D's a waste, man. No, I'm joking. Yeah, that'll be a funny one. That'll be a funny one to find out why D supports such. You know, I'm actually going to tune into that one because I need to know why someone supports such a shit team. And make sure you ask him again what is his biggest achievement and best moment as a Crystal Palace fan, because I need to get that one in 4K records. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get that one and we're gonna replay that one a few times just to remind him what it is. But yeah, look, this is crazy, isn't it? Like 21 likes, 37 votes. We need to let's get the likes up in it. We should be on 50 likes before definitely. But as you guys should know, for About the Fan, you can't really interact with the chat. It's more of a podcast style one. So you'll be watching. We can do our thing in the chat, but these guys won't be able to respond. But they'll be able to see it. So as long as they can see it, that's the most important thing. But yeah, like Shay says, the math isn't mathing. Let's get this up to 50 likes before you head out and make sure you show some love. This is going to redirect you to, I don't even know. I set something up earlier. So wherever it redirects you to, make sure you stay in the video. Make sure you show some love. Make sure you subscribe, tap the post notification button. We'll be back tonight. Big up. Peace.